Hammers up, boys. Hammers up in chat. Let him slip. Let him slide. Throw those hammers in the air. Wave them around like you just don't care. Hammers up! Thank you guys for joining us for another Origin PC live build. We are here for my man Towelliee. Towel the tank. Hammers up, boys! We're back. We got some surprises. How you all doing? Thank you guys for coming today. I'm much appreciated. Very happy to see you all. We are Origin PC. We're putting together a live build, or a build, for my man Towelliee. My boy Maku's there with a first-person view of the build. Our first time ever. Look, hey! You guys can see me in two different ways. He's got it strapped to his headset. I don't know if you guys want me to make that the main screen or not. It might get some people dizzy, so I'm keeping it small for now. I guess we'll figure it out. Too much echo? Is there a lot of echo? I can probably fix that. No, that's the best that I can do. But thank you guys for coming in today. We're putting together Towelliee streaming PC. As you all know, turn off echo, audio lag. What does that mean? What are you guys telling me right now? There's no echo. Okay, cool. So, as you guys may know, we put together a build a while back for Towelliee, which is his gaming computer, which he still has today. Pretty awesome. I probably should have queued up some, like a picture of it or something. That would have been cool. That would have been good thinking. So my name's Koozie. That's at KoozieL on Twitter and Twitch. Make sure to toss me a follow if you haven't. Make sure to toss Origin PC a follow if you have not. My boy here is Maku. He's going to be putting the build together today. PJ is probably going to stop in and say hi since he did the first build. This is all really fun. This is all really good times. Kyle Long in the house. What's going on, Kyle? Kyle Long's here, man.
All right.
How you doing, Kyle? There's a slight amount of audio desync. Man, my bad, dude. I don't even know how to fix that right now. I've done everything I could. How do I get a job building people's PCs? You can go to careers@originpc.com if you're ever interested in joining us. You can just go there, shoot your resume over, let them know what you're applying for. PJ got Unchained. Yeah, man, PJ's Unchained. So let me tell you a little bit about the build we're doing today. So we're doing a streaming PC for Towelliee. He's going back to the 2 PC builds. So we got some sweet stuff happening. We got an Origin PC Chronos case, which you can see right there on screen. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the case in just a minute. We're going to rock the ASRock Mini. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That's really cool. We're going to rock the ASRock. Rocking the ASRock Mini X99 board. The Intel Extreme Core i7-5960X. The Origin Frostbite 120, which is all that can fit in that teeny tiny little case. For display purposes, since the 5960X doesn't have onboard, we had to throw in a video card in there, so we're just going to throw in the NVIDIA GTX 950. Awesome little low-end card that'll work perfectly for just a streaming PC. 16 gigabytes DDR4 HyperX RAM. Thank you so much to HyperX. Thank you so much to HyperX, Intel, and EVGA for helping us out and supporting us during these builds. Much love to them. We got a 1 terabyte Samsung 850 EVO SSD, and we got the slim slot DVD. So guys, if you guys are, this is your first time doing a live build, all you have to do is tag at Origin PC when you're typing in any questions to me so I can see them on screen. I'll be more than happy to answer as many questions as you guys have. Anything about PCs or gaming or just fun questions, whatever you guys have for me, bring them out. Don't matter none. Yeah, 16 gigabytes for streaming PC. It might seem small, but you really don't need anything more if it's just focused on streaming. Really, the bulk of the power comes from the CPU, which is why we put an 8-core in there. No capture card, so Towelliee uses the Razer external capture card, so we didn't need to include a capture card in this one. So if you guys were here for Lyric's PC yesterday, he uses an internal card, which is why we went with a 6700K, and we went with an internal capture card. Towelliee uses an external capture card, so it leaves us space in the case. So we went with a more powerful CPU, the 8-core 5960X, and we're putting in a 950 for display purposes. Is that cooler, a Corsair H800i. No, it's actually our own Origin Frostbite 120. It's very similar to the Corsair one. It works the same way. It's a sealed liquid cooling unit. You don't have to do anything to it maintenance-wise. Love you too, Ovo Boris. Thank you so much for the love. Hey, Kuziel, what's going on? Bethesda, Aaron. Oh, wait, Aaron? How you doing, bud? Good to see you, my man. All that in such a small case, man. You people are the best. Yes, dude. So this case, let's talk a little bit about the case. This is our new Origin PC Chronos case. Mike, you want to show it off? Show off the ins and outs of it. Streamer House just subscribed for the kids. Thank you for the love. So for those that don't know, 100% of our proceeds, whether it be from subscriptions or donations, goes directly to St. Jude's. We have our donate button right down below. You don't have to, but if you want to give to the kids, please feel more than welcome to. Crucian with the sub, thank you for the love. So all of our stuff goes directly to them. Does it matter if my streaming PC has 16 gigabytes and gaming has 32 gigabytes? Not at all. In fact, your gaming PC will probably use more RAM than your streaming PC will. What's your usual requirements for sponsorship? That's usually on a case-by-case basis. If you're ever curious about what it takes, you can email marketing@originpc.com. Kyle Long donated $100 to St. Jude's. Kyle, you are the man. Thank you so much for the love, man. 100% of that money goes directly to a very, very good cause. Thank you so much, dude. That means so much to us, man. Thank you so much. Much love. As you can see, we got notifications up now. Super awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle. Damn, Kyle. You're the man, dude. Much love. What capture card are you using? I'm only streaming on one PC here. I do have an Elgato HD60, though. That's what I use. Much love, Kyle, man. That means so much to us. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the case. This is our own small form factor that we created from the ground up. It's pretty sweet. One of the smallest on the market. Mike will show you the ins and outs of it right now. It's super tiny. It's just about the same size as an Xbox 360. It's about the same size as a PS4. It's freaking awesome. You can see the logo rotates. Reason being is you can put it in different orientations. It comes with magnetic feet. You want to show those off real quick? So you could stand it upright or you could stand it down. You can put it onto its side. He's putting the magnetic feet on right there. Let me put that camera a little bit bigger. This one right here, so you guys can see what he's doing. So he's putting the magnetic feet on right now. He can put that now straight up. You can switch the magnetic feet to the side if you'd like. Put it down, rotate the logo. Rotate the logo there, boom, beautiful, love it. Now it's like a little nice living room PC, and you can do it the other way too if you want to make the window downwards for whatever reason. I mean, who would want to? But you can do it like that if you want like a nice black finish and you don't want that window showing. Yeah, it's nice. And when he opens it up, you mind opening it up real quick so I can show you? So this case is actually capable of fitting a dual GPU card, like a Titan Z, for example. It's got that much space in there for a GPU. You can fit up to 4 SSDs in it. That's 4 SSDs and a single mechanical drive. So you can fit up to 5 hard drives in there. That, of course, means you have crazy amounts of space. Origin PC CEO for the sub. I don't even know if I should thank you, but I will. Thank you so much for the love. How do you can't sub on mobile, unfortunately. Not with us. I know other channels do it, but we don't have that set up. The magnets do not mess with the parts. We actually tested this a ton while we were building it. It was a major concern of ours, obviously, because magnets do horrible things, but we have really low powered magnets, just enough for the case, and there's enough that it doesn't mess anything up. Of course, we've tested this over and over again, and we found the perfect combination. We've hit it, we've nailed it, it's beautiful. Show where the hard drives go, Mike, so you can see. So the 4 SSDs can fit right in there, and the mechanical drive as well. How long does a build like this usually take? So normally when it's on an assembly line and we're just trying to build with speed and precision, it won't take longer than 30, maybe 45 minutes, depending. But right now, for the sake of this build, we're going to slow it down for you guys so you guys can get an idea of how we do things. Androids can sub via mobile? Yeah, so if you have the app, Like the iPhone app, for some reason it doesn't let you. It's rough. iPhone users RIP. Don't worry, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. It's the only Apple product I own, I can assure you. How's the temp control with that case? Surprisingly good. Actually, Mike here has tested it a bunch of times with a bunch of different configurations, running temp controls. Obviously, it would get hotter than a regular mid-tower case, but definitely not as hot as you may think. We've actually even overclocked CPUs and GPUs in this case with absolutely no problem. Left them benchmarking for days, no overheating whatsoever. It's lovely. The airflow in there is really, really good for as small of a case as it is. Why do you need a streaming PC and a gaming PC? That's a fantastic question. Let me go ahead and answer that for you. So, streaming puts a lot of stress on the CPU. Now, when you're gaming and you're streaming at the same time, obviously your CPU usage is going to skyrocket, which is not ideal, especially if you want to keep your frames up in the game, if you want to make things run smoothly, if you want to pump out a good high-quality stream, CPU usage degrades even more. So basically what a streaming PC does is let the gaming PC focus on gaming and let the streaming PC focus on solely streaming. Another cool feature is, let's say you're playing an early access game and you're streaming. Your gaming PC, sometimes those early access games have some bugs in them, so it might cause an issue. It might cause your gaming PC to crash for whatever reason. That normally would make the entire stream go down, but if you have a streaming PC running, it won't. You'll stay on camera. You can be like, hey man, I'm sorry, this game bugged out my computer and it crashed. I'm restarting it right now. You won't leave your viewership with any sort of explanation on what the heck happened. You'll be all set. Your viewer base will stay. There's a lot of pluses to have it. It's not an ideal thing for a streamer just starting out. Obviously, when you're just starting out, you don't want to pump a lot of money into it unless you have the money to spare, in which case go all for it. But your gaming PC can stream at the same time at first. When you really want to take it to a more serious professional level, make really, really high quality streams, pump out stuff at 1080p, 60 FPS, at that point you might consider maybe a streaming PC as a secondary PC is a good option. And we actually have those available, a whole configuration available for those on our website, originpc.com. You can check it out. Hi, Coos. All specs in such a small case. Man, you people are the best. Profist. Dude, thank you so much, Legendary Vigilante. So good to see you, my friend. Is a 950 a full-size car, or is it smaller than something like a 980? It's smaller, I believe. Right, Mike? Yeah. Yeah, it's a smaller car. It showed off there, yeah. So it's about half the size, maybe 2/3 of the size as a regular card. It's one of those teeny tiny cards. I presume the steel parts in this case ain't the standard steel that if you bend, if you just apply a little bit of pressure on it and cut your hand if you touch it. Correct. It's a much sturdier steel. How do you link the computers? So you link the computers via a capture card, whether it's an external one or an internal one. In this case, it's an external. So you just plug in HDMIs on both ends and you're good to go. Can you explain how water cooling works in layman terms? Absolutely. So water cooling basically in this case, that what Mike has in his hand right now on his right hand is a radiator. You detach the fan to it. Now that cools the liquid which is in the tubes, which you see right there, and it causes it to flow. Now during the flow, while it's keeping it cool, basically keeps the end point, which is where you see the Origin logo, it keeps that cool, which is what's attached to the CPU, and that in turn, the liquid runs through all that, cooling everything to a nice temperature, actually really cold temperature, but it's all through the radiator to the hoses, back to the loop, which is right down where the base is, and it loops back up into the radiator, and it just keeps a constant loop of cool liquid, which is what keeps the CPU cool. Oh, why is Jen, my friend Jen, sending me drawings in stream, which I can't do right now? I'd love to, but I can't. Kuzi, would it be possible for a streamer to stream 2 different Twitch accounts at the same time? Yes. That's a great question. Actually, no, I don't think that is possible. I guess if you run 2 instances of OBS? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to do that. So when the build is done, will you stress test? Yes, we do that. We actually stress test all our PCs, 72 hours worth of benchmarks and burn-ins. We leave it running overnight, make sure that everything's running top-notch before we send it out to you. Do you ship to EU? Yes, we ship worldwide. Mel, my baby, in the chat. Pay attention to Rock Snack. She knows more about this company than I do. You guys ship to EU? Yes, worldwide. Is shipping expensive? That's totally dependent on your own customs and taxes and how much they charge. Do you prefer software or hardware solutions to fan control? Do you have any recommendations? Personally, we have fan controllers on our case itself. We also are now offering software fan controlling, which is through our Sentinel app. So there's really no preference to us. In fact, our Sentinel app does it really, really top notch. And you can actually control the fans from an app on your phone. You can control it from an app on your PC or from an app on your tablet. It's going to be both available on Android and iOS. Really excited about that. Are you building custom cases? Well, we have our custom case, which is, now we have 3. So we have our Origin PC Genesis, something we designed, our Origin PC Millennium, and our Origin PC Chronos, and that's full tower, mid tower, and small form factor, respectively. Do you guys hire foreigners? Yeah, man, we don't discriminate. Where are you guys located? We're located in Miami, Florida. Everything we do here is in Miami, Florida. Our assembly, our support, our sales staff, our marketing team, our accounting, everything is done here in-house. Nothing that we do is outsourced. We offer 24-hour lifetime customer support with all our systems, so no matter where you are in the world, if you have an issue that you want to call us, and no matter what time it is, we can walk you through it right through our phones. It's pretty awesome. Are you guys going to overclock the CPU? We don't want to. If Towelliee wants us to, we will. But with a streaming PC, it's not ideal. It's running at such a powerful capacity, it would degrade the lifespan of the CPU. So it's not something that we'd want to do. You really don't need to with the 5960X. It's so powerful as is. But if he really wants to, we can. It's all about the U. Miami is cool. Miami is hot. That's what it is. Is Origin PC going to expand to California? I don't want to move all the way to Miami to be a part of your epic crew. Man, we would love to. I'll tell you what, if we expand to California, I will volunteer to take one of the positions in California, 100%. What if I don't have a green card? Then we have a problem. ATC. How would you recommend cleaning the inside of the PC? I need to clean the inside of mine. It's kind of dusty. So if you go to like a Walmart or a Walgreens, you can pick up office duster cans, these little tiny cans. It comes with a little straw attached to it, which you can put into the end. And what that it shoots condensed air out in short bursts, which I would just recommend just kind of hitting the trigger like this so it shoots out in bursts. With a tiny little straw, it shoots it very condensed, very, very nice and sharp to get inside all the nooks and crannies of your PC. I would do it in a room that you wouldn't mind getting dusty, because you're definitely going to have to dust the room after. One more follow-up CPU question. With a dedicated streaming PC and the 5960, what do you think the lowest CPU preset you can go on OBS? Normal, slow, or slower? Is it on it's a dedicated streaming PC? You can probably hit slow, maybe medium to slow if you want to be safe. It really depends on how bad you want to go. I personally haven't tried it out. I'm probably going to try it out with this system here just to see how low we can get without it going too high CPU usage. I don't think there's any CPU that can go slowest. I would probably try slow. Lula, what is up? And what's up, Mr. Grims? How you doing, my man? How you doing, Lula? Let me mod you. I don't know why you're not modded. Boom. The sword is yours. What's up, bearded guys? How you doing? MD Story, my man. Good to see you. Long time. Is this a streaming or gaming PC? This is a streaming PC. Can you guys sneak me into USA? Maybe in one of our badass wooden crates. We can fit you in there. Can we see a celebrity death match between your team and the newest build team? What's the newest build team? We have the same team. What's the... Mike, don't look back here. You're not even like... It's not even showing me when you look back here. It's showing the floor. A Xeon processor should be able to go super slow. So Xeon processors, for those that don't know, are Intel's crazy, like 20 core plus processors. 16 core, 20 core, 22 core. They're really expensive. They're not something that's super normal to have. But if you do have one, man, and you want to go, you can probably hit the slowest possible preset on it for sure. What's your opinion on the new GTX 1080? Fact, is it better or cheaper than the Titan X? I think it's going to be around the same price, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure. They haven't released a price point. It might be even cheaper. It's about as powerful, maybe even more powerful. I know it's definitely more powerful than 980 Ti. Silencer Legacy, my man, what is going on? Xeons are mostly used in servers. That is correct, Artemis. What motherboard are you using for this build? We're using an ASRock X99 Mini ITX board. There are rumors that you can only use 2 SLI for 1080s. Yep, that's something that NVIDIA actually recommended, I believe, in their press conference. They said you don't need anything more than 2-way SLI. Anything else, you're just going to see diminishing returns, which is actually pretty good. Mini motherboards are so cute. They are pretty adorable. They're tiny. They're tiny. We love it. $599 to 1070 costs the same as the GTX 970 does currently. There it is. I'm really excited about those cards. I'm really excited about those cards. Faster than Titan and SLI? I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't know if that's something they've confirmed or not. That's pretty impressive if that's the case. The shipping in Norway wasn't so bad. Any idea when the NVIDIA 1080 comes out? Because that's when I'm gonna order. 5/27. But if you want to order now, we have available next generation graphics in our configurator. You can check that out. You can call sales at originpc.com and ask them what those next generation graphics are. So contact sales at Origin PC. You can do that right now. You can do that today. You don't have to wait for anything cool. What cabling will you be using for this build? Just a standard cable that comes with the 600 watt PSU. So the smaller PSUs don't normally have separate cabling. It's usually like attached to the PSU, so that's what we're using for here. GTX 950 is trash, to be honest. Look, it's not the most powerful card, but for a streaming PC, it's to get the job done. Normally, we'd go for onboard graphics, but for Towelliee, we wanted to give him another 8-core 5960X, which doesn't support onboard graphics. So we went with a 950 just so he can have something to connect the monitor to. Do you have a financing option? Yes, we do. Raw snacks in the house. Yeah, it's just a streaming PC, correct. Would the 1070 or 1080 cards work with the Gigabyte X79? Yeah, it should. I don't think there's any specification that's needed for like the motherboard for the case. It just has to have a PCIe x16 slot. Biggie D Gomez, what's going on, my man? How much to buy the company? Ask Lyric. Can you recommend a CPU for video editing rendering a $1,000 budget? A CPU? The 5960X is exactly $1,000. I would highly recommend that one. Can you show how the head cam looks? Sure, man. I can make the head cam bigger if you want me to go for it. Mike, we're going to expand the head cam for you. There it is. We'll make this one smaller for now. Let me switch that up. Now we got the first person head cam as the main one. We'll put this one a little bit smaller. If you guys want me to switch it back, let me know. I'll just leave this on for a bit. I know it can get a little bit crazy. So what Mike's doing right now, I believe you're installing the SSDs, correct, Mike?
That's correct.
He's putting in the SSD right now, putting it into the hard drive base. Is Lyric as strict to you as he is to his chat? No, he's pretty loose with us. What size cases do you guys have? So we have a full tower, a mid tower, and a small form factor. All directly done by us here at Origin PC. What's up, Kuzi? What's up, the Dragon Wolf? How you doing, man? Lyric owns this company. Cool. So yeah, he bought the company on April 1st. It was on our website for a while. It was funny. It was just a funny little joke we did. What ATX size is that motherboard? Mini, micro? I always forget the two. Huh? Mini? There you go, mini. It hurts in the feels. This is pretty cool. What do you guys think of this, man? This is so last time we tried it with Jimmy for one of the builds, but it was like a ghetto rig, but we got an actual head strap this time. So it's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty neat. I like it. I'm liking it a lot so far. It's pretty awesome to watch. Wait, it's a joke? Yeah, it's a joke, man. It wasn't ever serious. Lyric doesn't really own the company. So for that day, we actually renamed our website lyricpc.com. We changed our Twitter and everything. We went all out. It was pretty cool. What CPU are you guys using for this build? We're using a 5960X. If you guys are ever curious about the specs, my man Evil Mercenary set up a command !build in chat, and you can see it. Mic up. Dude, it's something that we're working on. For the future live builds, what we're going to do is we're going to have a mixer, and we're going to get multiple mics so the builder and myself can all be mic'd up. Loving the headgear. Can you show how it looks on the builder? Sure. Mike, can you get into the... Actually, I got you guys right now. Good. You're good. There he is. There he is. Wave. You can check out our cool room over here. Our St. Jude shirt. Play for more than just bragging rights. Again, remember 100% of our proceeds go directly to St. Jude's, whether it be from subscriptions or donations. You can donate down below. We got Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper over there under the Diablo mask. World of Warcraft in honor of our man Towelliee. And we got StarCraft over there as well. Now we're back to the green screen. Is that power supply going to run silent at streaming load? Yeah, it's a really good power supply. That finger skin oil on the CPU. I know, man. It's the Mike has oily fingers. That's his problem. The new paint job, hopefully it'll be called Vigilante, will be available on any laptop, including the SLX. Correct, it will be. Isn't that CPU a bit of an overkill for encoding a single stream? It might be. It is, in fact, but we want to give our man Towelliee the best of the best because that guy runs some high-end streams. We want it to be as high quality as possible. We just want to make sure that he has no issues. I have oily fingers too, priming it up for me. That's what Towelliee said. Where's the portal turret? Oh, I forgot to bring it in here. Yeah, we definitely need a Legion poster for the future. It's not even a poster, it's a stand-up thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to show you again. It's like a stand-up... It's not a poster, it's like a stand-up cool thing that we got from one of the events. Pretty neat. What do you think about the GTX 1070? It's probably what I'm going to get. Actually, I might get a GTX 1080. It's like one of my first big investments that I'm going to put down. I'm so excited about that card. Is the GTX 960 any good? For sure. It depends on what you're playing. It's for future-proofing. Lula, I could not have said that better myself. That's another cool thing. So whenever you think that a build of ours is might be an overkill and you're thinking, man, he doesn't need that for what he's doing, you got to think, though, that system's probably going to last you a lot longer than a normal system would. You have that powerful CPU, eventually technology's going to catch up to it and make it go too high usage for what it is. So future-proofing your system's always good. What would you need for a 4K build? Like to run 4K gaming? I would wait for those new cards to come out for sure. Do you think I should retire my GTX 750 Ti? Depends, man. You should only retire cards when you really feel the need to. If the games you're most used to playing are starting to hitch on you, then absolutely, it's time to retire it. But if the games you're running are still running fine, there's no need to retire any of your equipment. You know what would be really nice, Portal speaking? Bring a companion cube with an Origin logo on it. Maybe someday I'll make one just like that for you. That would be awesome, man. VR streaming, yep, that's one of our plans here. We plan to do VR streaming in this stream room eventually. We actually have the HTC Vive thing right up there. You see it? That's our little thing. Our HTC Vive's put away right now because I was setting up for the stream, but we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing a weekly talk show here. We have a lot of cool plans for this new facility. How would you recommend keeping dust out of the PC and my room in general? My room is constantly dusty. I think it may make a PC too hot. So one cool thing that I do for my PC, it actually worked a ton. How would I explain this? So you know when you have hardware shipped to you, like video cards, you're going to see a little packet that says like not edible, do not keep away from children, and it feels like there's like a bunch of little plastic balls in there. Those, what? Silicone, yeah, the little silicone packets. I'm just trying to explain it to them, like, thanks, Demi. So those little silicone packets, since Mike likes to be so smart, those are actually, the reason they ship those with hardware is to keep dust out of them, make sure that they don't get dusty. So what I do when I'm building a PC, I throw one of those packets in there, a packet or two inside my case. It doesn't work perfectly, but it definitely helps in keeping some dust out. That's just a little life hack for you, so make sure to use that. Gentleman Sour, what's going on? You mean for Lyric's new facility? Yeah. It's for moisture, not dust, you idiot. Jesus. Jesus, did I deserve that?
Right, yes.
I know, but did I deserve that? God. Isn't it for moisture? Yes, but it causes dust. It works, believe me. It works! Moisture equals dust, everybody. Thanks, coffee. God, I hate you guys. Your builder is slacking. Install a shocker to keep him focused. Savage. Yes, you deserved it. No, I didn't deserve it. I was trying to explain it in layman's terms. Moisture equals dust. Someone said it. Look it up. It's science. I have a question regarding a computer issue. You might be able to spot the problem. Whenever I upgrade to Windows 8.1 to 10, my PC freezes during installation. It does that sometimes with some drivers. I have no idea where the problem is coming from. Ooh, okay. So, a lot of things, one thing I would recommend doing, man, this is rough, because it's definitely not supposed to be happening. Dust is mostly human skin. It also happens if you have a lot of pets, dude. Sarcasm greater than your head. Man, I don't know how I would fix that. It sounds like an issue with the. Are you using like a CD to install it, or are you installing it straight from the hard drive? Yeah, it could be your hard drive's corrupt. Did you guys move? You said new facility. Yes, we did move. We're in the brand new Origin PC facility. Type in ! Build. Building a new PC. Do you think I will be okay with an i7-4790K for the next 2 to 3 years for gaming and maybe streaming? Hey, that's what I use, man, and I'm not planning on upgrading for a while. Upgrade your drivers, especially the BIOS. Absolutely, that would definitely help. Make sure all your drivers are up to date. If you're having problems doing it from the hard drive, if you have a USB 3.0 flash drive or a pocket SSD, even better. I would try putting the installation files in there. Hey, this is my first stream. What's going on? What's this build about? So we do this at Origin PC. We put together streaming PCs and gaming PCs for people that we sponsor. Our man Towelliee has been with us. This is the second year that Towellee's with us now. So this is the second PC we're putting together for him. We put together a streaming PC, or gaming PC for him first. This is going to be his streaming PC that we're putting together here. We like to do this to show off how we do things, to give you guys an opportunity to ask us questions, maybe give you a little bit of knowledge on tech and hardware and technology, and to just show you how cool our PCs look. I had that previous guy's issue to delete it, go to the C drive and delete the System32 folder. Do not do that. Don't listen to that guy. Do not ever do that. Hey, I have a question. For the past 3 nights, my PC has, out of nowhere, just randomly restarted about 2 times while idle. But when I'm actually on it, it does not restart. When I'm idle, on 2 of the days, turned on my main monitor, I had a blue screen, but my computer runs fine. Any suggestions? So you're just having this issue while it's running idle, is that correct? Origin PC Alt F4 fixes any gaming issues. Now, will this be a Windows 10 computer? Yes, it will. Are there any common Windows 10 issues when gaming? Not any that I've come across. I've been using Windows 10 since release. It's been working fine for me. Go for it, man. Just make sure that the camera's on something pretty. Aim it towards Darth Vader over there. Wow, no, not at all. Didn't work out. There it is. There it is. Can you leave it like that somehow? Stop anywhere near it. Perfect, right there. If you can leave it right there, awesome. There you go. Our builder has to use a little girl's room. He'll be right back. Yeah, randomly starts at night like 2 to 3 times. Yeah, check your power settings. If you go, what windows are you using? Well, whichever you're using, go to the start menu. Go to the little search portion and type in power settings and check your power settings there. Make sure it's not meant to turn off on idle. Someone mentioned it could be a PSU issue. That's probably, it is a possibility, but it's really unlikely. But if you've exhausted all other options, then it could be. PJ would hold it. I'm gonna let him know you said that. Let him know you said that. What does it mean to overclock? Okay, so let's say you have an i7, and the i7 comes at, I don't know, like 4.3 gigahertz, right? Now you can go into the BIOS and overclock it by adding more voltage, more power to it, and increasing the power that it pumps out. So you can make that 4.3 gigahertz? So you can make that 4.3 gigahertz go up to like 4.5 gigahertz, 4.7 gigahertz, which essentially is making it run hotter, giving it more power, but running a ton faster per core. When you're making a streaming PC, what's the biggest difference between when you build a gaming PC? So biggest difference between a gaming PC and a streaming PC is the graphics processing unit. For a streaming PC, you don't need a high-end graphics card. Usually you can get away with onboard graphics, but if your CPU does not support onboard graphics, Towelliee was like, PJ would hold it. So, yeah. So the key difference is the GPU. For example, in this case, we're putting a 5960X, a super powerful CPU. Doesn't have onboard graphics, so we need to put in a graphics card. So we just put in like a 950 something. All you need is to plug it into the monitor so you can see what's going on the computer. You're not going to be running any games off it, so it doesn't need to be powerful. Which other streamers have Origin built a PC for? Wow. Okay, so this is a good question. If you asked me a year ago, it would have been a lot easier to answer. Now, our list is huge. Swifty, Bajira, and Towelliee were 3 of the first. Just recently, we built one for Lyric. We got, let me try to list them all. We got Ammunition. We got Eat My Diction. We got Jericho. Next week, we're going to do Sin Sin Bear and Oh My God, It's Firefox. Zombie Unicorn is coming up in a few weeks after that. Streamer House, our buddies over at Streamer House have one. Jeez, I'm gonna forget. Garrett, Jobless Garrett has one. Tim the Tap Man, my man, wouldn't have forgotten him. Hopefully in the near future there's gonna be a lot more. There's a ton more. Did he even wash his hands? I don't think he washed his hands. Mighty Mouse, my man Mighty Mouse has one. Don't forget Tim the Tap Man. I didn't. I said Tim, didn't I? I know I'm forgetting people. My man Crucian in chat. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I have a better idea. Aims at You is another one. Here we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. My man Elohim. My man Darkness429. My man Tangent Gaming. Mr. Happy has one. Who else? Spoonerism, duh. General Mittens, The Attack, Doc Got Game, Punji Stick. Our girl Lula uses an Evo to stream her cooking streams. My man Soren, another top dog, Aims at You, I already mentioned. Sick Gaming Live, Crucian in chat. Who else? Who else am I missing here? He is a known one. He is a known one. Our boy Combat Vet has one. And I think I got everyone. DJ, does DJ have one? No, DJ doesn't have one. Yeah, that's it so far. Nailed it. Just curious, is Towelliee really going to use a crappy USB capture card? So normally I would totally shy away from external capture cards, but the one that Razer has now, if you guys don't know it, I'll link it for you in chat. It's called the Ripsaw. This thing's a complete animal. Everyone that's used this has loved it. It's freaking awesome, and I highly recommend it. If you're ever going to go external capture card, that is the way to go. Not a streamer, but Linus Tech Tips, correct. What's your role at Origin PC? So I'm like the community dude. You can call me the community dude. I'm a marketing specialist here. Are all those streamers sponsored by Origin PC? Yes. Later, APAD. Have a good one, my man. Is it better to buy Windows Pro for gaming and streaming? Not really. You can go with just standard Windows. Can you stream comfortably on a cheaper Skylake i5? Absolutely, you can. I want to install a new graphics card for my PC, but I don't know how. Can you be like me, do it without ruining my PC? Very, very easy to do. Installing a capture card is actually one of the easiest things you can do. It's one of the first things I ever did with my PC when I was a youngin'. So absolutely. Really good entry-level tech thing to do is installing a graphics card. Recently, whenever I'm watching streamers or Netflix, my screen goes black and makes really weird sounds. I sent away the GPU and they gave me a new one, but it still happens. That might be the monitor itself. Do all the people you sponsor get a PC? Yes. When my PC is completely off, the lights on my mouse and keyboard stay on. Any thoughts? You can actually disable that. Is it a Razer? Is it Razer, right, guy? You can disable that in Synapse, I believe. What power supply do you guys use in the Chronos? Silverstone and I think Corsair. Right? Am I right? Corsair? For this one, we're using Corsair. But we use Silverstones also, don't we? Or no, not anymore. Not anymore. So just Corsair. New NVIDIA drivers are known buggy, especially with Netflix. Dude, okay, so I've been having an issue with my Netflix for the past like week or so. So I would explain it. Netflix is like starts hitching for me slightly, and it's the only thing that does it. What do you guys consider when doing sponsorships? So a good way to base this off of is look at the guys we sponsor now. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. So a lot of those bigger guys, obviously, okay. So it's every streamer we approach, we do it on a case-by-case basis. We don't base it just solely off numbers. You can always email marketing at Origin PC, and we can see what we can do for you. Do you guys have a hardware buying program I could sell my old hardware to Origin PC when I buy upgrades? We have something called the Evolve program. So let's say you bought our system. You say you bought a system from us recently with like a 980 Ti. Now the 1080 gets announced, and when the 1080 comes out, you want to upgrade your 1080. If you had the Evolve program with us, what you can do is we'll take the current market value of that 980 Ti, whatever it is, we'll take the average current market value for it. We'll take that, and then you pay the difference for the 1080. And then you can send the system to us, we install it for you, and you get it back. What's the most important part of a streaming PC? The CPU, for sure. How quiet is a CPU cooler? Extremely quiet. It's liquid cooled. Sometimes when I'm playing a game, my game will freeze and my computer makes a loud screeching sound. What? That is a really, I don't know if serious. But if you are, that sounds like it could be a fan issue. I'm upgrading my motherboard soon. What's a good tips for first timers? Depends on what you're doing. With that Evolve program, would I have to send the entire system or just the GPU, for example? If you're comfortable with installing the GPU yourself, then you could just send the GPU. If you want us to do it for you, you'd have to send the whole system. Will you guys ever make a Hackintosh? No, because we wouldn't support it. We would only like to build things that we support, so we would never do that, no. Kuz, about that overclocking, that's how you overclock directly from the BIOS? Yes, correct. Yes, I am serious, and okay, I will look into my fans. Absolutely, it sounds like a fan would be getting stuck, and maybe the screeching noise is it yelling for its life. It could be other things. I've heard noises, like make screeching noises like that before, besides fans or hard drives. And it's usually just when the internal parts have given out. It's so rare, though. That's such a weird thing. Origin PC, is an Intel Core 3570K enough if I want to start streaming? Yeah, you should be fine. I kept getting blue screens during the Overwatch open beta. My PC has never done it before, and it only happened while playing. It happened about 9 times. Had a different error every time. Do you know what sort of thing I could try to fix it? You'd really have to tell me the error you were getting. A really cool thing to do, if you ever get a blue screen, there's a little number sequence code that comes out. If you actually just type that number sequence code into Google, you'll probably be able to find what the issue is. Are you aware of the Windows 10 bug when cloning with a higher refresh rate monitor, 120Hz plus, to a capture card or other monitor, 60Hz? I'm not aware. I haven't heard that there is an issue. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. I just had the biggest cup of coffee, and I'm yawning right now. One more Evolve program. Would I get the new GPU first, or do I have to send the old one first? You'd have to send the old one first. Do you ever ship to East Europe? If yes, have any idea of the transport taxes and the rest? We have. You'd have to check on our website. Or you can contact sales at Origin PC, and they'll give you an estimate on the shipping. What do you recommend as a good upgrade from an i7 3700K? You'd probably have to upgrade your whole motherboard to get something different. The 4790K is awesome. You'd have to get a Z97 board though. But that's what I use, and I highly recommend it. But if you can go Skylake, I'd go Skylake. In fact, I think like the price of a 6700K compared to a 4790K is not even, it's like the same thing.
6700K probably cheaper.
It's probably cheaper. Listen to that. So I would go for the 6700K. I keep dying in Dark Souls. Do I need to upgrade my CPU? No, man, it's just a game. I recently installed a new SSD. Now my PC is telling me I can plug out my old HDD, which I want to use to put games on. What to do? Because sometimes when I try to install games on it, it just gives an error. Now my PC is telling me I can plug out my old HDD. I'm trying to understand the question. So you have your new SSD in there. Why? And your old hard drive's in there as well. You're trying to put games on your old hard drive. I'm going to need you to reword that question for me. Mike here. Did Maku plug in the PSU AC cable? Not yet. You're making him nervous right now, dude. Do you guys sell pre-made streaming PCs? No, everything we do is custom built, so you have to go on the website and configure it. If you're not sure what you're doing, you can contact our sales team and they'll guide you through the process of configuring your PC. But everything we do is built to order. We have nothing pre-made, unless we have like an RTS system, but it's super rare that we have one of those. So you'd have, you'd go on our website, you'd choose all the parts yourself. Our sales team get it. They're like, hey, so-and-so, we got an order here. We put it in like a restaurant. It goes to the kitchen. The kitchen's looking at all the parts. They're like, I need a 6700K. They put it in a pot. They boil it all together. Boom, new PC. That's how it works here. You use Intel or AMD also? We use both Intel and AMD. I have to go. Have fun, guys. Later, Origin PC CEO. Say bye to Kevin Washaleski. Without that man, none of this would be possible. What's the best Skylake motherboard? There's a lot of really good ones, man. I like MSI, Gigabyte, I like EVGAs, I like Asus's boards. They're all pretty good. You really can't go wrong with any of those brands. Mike, cut the blue wire. Amazing how you fit all of this into the tower. I know, man. It's pretty impressive. I'm just blown away that it can fit 5 hard drives in there. And a full-size GPU. It's crazy. And liquid cooling on the CPU. It's insane. Is it a good idea to flash the BIOS whenever a new update comes out? No. Not a good idea. Like a new BIOS update? No, not necessarily. If you're starting to see issues, then yeah, you might need to upgrade your BIOS, but you should be fine with whatever you have right now. It's not gonna, you're not gonna see increased speeds. What type characteristics would a motherboard have that would cause you to go, wow, that's a good motherboard? I like a lot of different features. A lot of PCIe slots, even though I don't use them all. How much RAM? How many RAM slots it has? The amount of SATA ports is really important to me. If it has an M.2 slot available on it, that's really cool. Something I probably wouldn't use though. Neat features, like there's a lot of cool new motherboards that I've seen that I can't talk about yet, and there's a lot of features that they have on them that I can't talk about yet. Ask me again in 2 months. Ask me that question again in 2 months. Link to playlist, twitch.tv/monstercat. Origin, do you guys give job applications? If so, what type? Go to careers@originpc.com and you can check them out. Origin PC, specifications of hold on. Damn it. Are you guys going to offer Broadwell E as a CPU option? We are partners with Intel, so yes. Anything that they launch, we launch. When they launch it. Same with Nvidia, same with AMD. Any one of those companies. Samsung, all of them. All of them. Specifications of best $700 budget rig for gaming, all parts, only the PC itself. That's a tough budget to fit under. If you tweet at me, guys, if you ever have any questions, that's stuff I'd need to research. So if you ever have any questions about builds and what are the best things for builds, feel free to follow me on Twitter. This is my name on Twitter, @KuziL. You can tweet at me, man. I'm more than happy. I'm always helping people out with their gaming PCs and spec ideas and spec choices and putting specs together for people. Whatever you guys need from me, I'm here for you. Okay? I love you, BBs. I love all you BBs. I'm running an AMD FX 6300 6-core at 3.5 gigahertz, an AMD Radeon HD 5700 series. I'm having some issues, bad frame rate, can't play the game in a new game called Scrap Mechanic. What's my problem? Do you have a good solution? From my understanding, Scrap Mechanic, which I was planning on downloading this weekend, cool game choice, is still very early access. It's not optimized for all hardware yet, so it might be that they just haven't optimized it for your current spec, which is very, very common with early access games. So don't fret and don't think. I mean, obviously your build could use maybe a slight upgrade here and there, especially in the GPU area. But if you can't do it right now, you don't need to. I just wait a little bit for Scrap Mechanic to catch up. Who is this PC for? This PC is for Towelliee. Are you going to make your own main boards like Alienware? No plans yet. Nice stream. Are you building a girlfriend? I wish, man. I wish. I wish it was that easy. I'm thinking of upgrading to an SSD HD. What's the best way to go about it? Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. So here's one thing that I've said time and time again, and I will continue saying. Buying an SSD for my computer is by far the single best upgrade I've ever done to my PC. Reason being, SSDs are just night and day. Having them, if you have an SSD as your main OS drive, and you put that in there and you put your OS on that SSD and you load up, let's say, some of your favorite games, that SSD is going to increase the speeds of your PC by like 10. If it takes you like a minute to start up your computer, or even like 30-40 seconds to start up a computer, you're going to see it start up in like 10 seconds. You're going to see games load like this in the blink of an eye. SSDs are highly recommended. Super easy to install. You'd install it just like any other hard drive. You'd plug it into the SATA port on your motherboard, you plug power into it, and boom, you're good to go. Is this streaming computer separate from Towellee's gaming computer? Yes, it is. Will it have a capture card? Towellee already has one. He has the Razer Ripsaw. It's an external capture card, so he's going to use that to put these two PCs together. So I installed my SSD following some tutorials. After doing that, it says it's my main drive now. I think that's good. Correct. When I press the arrow in the bottom right on the main screen, it says hardware is getting ready for removal and remove media. Why is it saying that? That means it's reading it. It's reading it like a USB for some reason. Let me see something. Do you know what he's talking about when I'm saying that, Mike? He installed his SSD and it's giving him like the whole remove hardware safely. Yeah, so for some reason it's reading it like a USB, which is not right. It means it's not installed correctly. Can you get an Origin PC in the UK? Yes, we ship worldwide. You can go on originpc.com. Is there any downside like speeds to using a USB 3 hub? As long as it's plugged into USB 3, you should see no problems. Because SSDs are hot swappable. Yes, that's correct, they are hot swappable, but it shouldn't be doing that if it's plugged in as a main drive. Are you using an HDMI splitter on the Win 10 cloning option to get the same video signal on the streaming PC? In my current case right now, I'm actually using a single PC for streaming. I don't have two PCs here. We're just using one. My PC starts up at under 20 seconds. Would upgrading SSD be worth it? Always. Always. SSDs are awesome. Hi, my PC is liquid cooled, but lately some of my fans have begun to spin really fast, which makes a lot of noise. I don't know why it suddenly has begun to be so noisy. Do you have any ideas why and how to fix it? P.S. My room has become slightly warmer since it's about to be summer. Can that be a problem? Absolutely. The room temperature of the room, or the room temperature of the room. The temperature of the room will have an effect on your computer 100%. If the fans are spinning really fast, it's because it's getting really hot. And that's why it's getting so noisy. So to fix it, I don't know if your PC is on the floor, maybe I would try elevating it. And check your fan speeds in the BIOS is another good way to look at that. Q's, by any chance, did you get your hands on the new Razer Man-O-War wireless headsets? I have a Kraken 7.1 Chroma, like a week, first time use here on your stream, and sound killer. How about those? How do you like those? I actually really like the Razer Krakens I use at home, and they're awesome. The Razer Man-O-Wars I have not tried yet though, but I'd imagine they're going to be just as good. Where do you guys get the Razer cards from? That's a good question. I don't know where we get them from. We have like certain places that we buy all our stuff from, but those Razer cards you can find on Amazon. Which SSD would you recommend? HyperX makes really good ones. Samsung makes really good ones. Corsair has some good ones too. I'd check those three. Oh, and Intel, of course. How could I forget? Intel, Corsair, HyperX, and Samsung. Check them out. Serious question. I mostly play WoW. I'm upgrading my 1080p 60Hz monitor. What should I get? I'm looking at the Acer 27 Predator 144 1440 G-Sync. But it costs $750. Thoughts? That's what I have, except for 1440p. I have that same Acer monitor, but at 1080p, and I love it. It's one of the best investments I've ever made. How much does Razer pay you to say that? Nothing, dude. I'm actually just a huge Razer fanboy. Everything I have right now is Razer. I'm actually, unfortunately, deflecting over to Corsair because I saw some of their stuff at PAX East, and I absolutely fell in love. So I'm switching all my peripherals over to theirs just to try it out, see how it works. I'm so used to Razer right now though that hopefully it would work. But look, using a Razer Origin PC branded Razer keyboard here. What mic are you using right now? I'm using the Blue Yeti. Time for the gym, guys. Gotta go. Thanks, Origin, for the amazing build. Can't wait to two-way stream this. Dude, Towelliee, you are the man. We would do it for no other, dude. You are awesome. We love you. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. We're so appreciative. You know you're one of our faves, brother. Enjoy your time at the gym. We're more than happy to finish this off for you. I'll let you know how it goes. Corsair K70 keyboard is the best keyboard I've ever used. It's what I'm switching over to. Couldn't you use OBS and NVIDIA CUDA cores for encoding? Yes, you can. You can, absolutely. Because, yo, I got that free 250 gigabyte. Is that good for multiple games? 100% good. That thing's awesome. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, please. If you talk really loud, they can hear you.
Oh, all right.
All of our words were left undone. Don't run for your life, don't you dare run. You and I were meant to collide. Through the wall, now here through your eyes. You and I were meant to collide forever. You and I were meant to collide. Through the wall, now here through your eyes. You and I were meant to collide forever.
What I call real dancing. Hashtag real dancing. I'm back, fellas. Origin PC, is even a really cheap SSD going to make a difference in speed from a regular SATA HDD? Absolutely 100% it will, Sky Roaster. Does OCZ make good SSDs? They're not bad. They're not bad. White Legs Boy gets some sun. Dude, and I live in Miami, Florida. There's no reason I should be his wife right now. Look at my arms right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is a matches to paper. I'm talking to the stream, not you, man.
Oh, I just wanted to look.
Can you hear the music without the headphones? No, that was music in my own head. Quicker than immediately, Alexis? I think you guys do an amazing job. If more companies streamed their products and answered customer questions, it would go a long way. Thank you so much, Colin. That's why we do it, man. We love our community. We love you guys. Does the AIO cooler have pre-applied thermal paste? Yes, it does. If a computer makes a room extremely hot, could that be the product of a bad build? Not necessarily, man. It could just be that your computer's getting hot. You're using it hard. Well, the computer shouldn't be getting that hot. Chick Drummer! Do you guys approve an R9 390 8GB is a good GPU? Absolutely. Very good GPU. Change your glasses. You look like my grandma. That hurts. I have different glasses at home, but I like these. I like these. They're extra nerdy. I like extra nerdy things. Now that Towellee's away, put Lyric's logo everywhere on it? No, man, we love Towelliee. Towellee's a man. Actual serious question, liking this stream. What is linking the streaming PC and the gaming PC together to get the job done? URL, please, preferred. So what Towelliee uses is an external capture card. I'll link it right now. It's called the Razer Ripsaw. There's plenty other options. You can check out the AverMedia LGX is another really good option for an external capture card. What's the fastest, best SSD on the market right now? That would be an M.2 SSD. Those are a little bit more complicated to install as they go directly into your motherboard. But are really good. The Samsung 850 or 950 Pro, those are probably the fastest SATA SSDs I think right now. Yeah, my glasses. There's also something, Intel makes these sweet PCIe SSDs. They go plugged in like a video card would go plugged in into your PCIe slots. Those are also, they're like 10 times faster than the standard SSD. They're awesome. I would look into that if you have an extra PCIe slot. Hey man, my monitor doesn't get max resolution with HDMI anymore. I think it's the monitor or a software issue. That is weird. Definitely not a monitor issue. It's probably a software issue. Update your drivers just to be safe. Is it time to change my i7-3820? I'm using a 980 Ti with it, but not feeling the power. Absolutely, I would try to upgrade your CPU. What's your biggest case? Our Genesis, our Origin PC Genesis. How do you not mix up all those same looking PCs? We're very, very careful. What do you guys think is the best SSD for the price? Check out the HyperX 250 gigabytes. The Furies, I think they're called. Check those out. Those are really good. Origin PC built my computer around 3 years ago. Did it myself. Picked all the parts. Great computer, runs anything I throw at it. But now because I haven't stayed up to date with new technology, I'm completely lost for when I want to build me a new PC in the future. Dude, no problem. When you want to build a new PC with us, if you contact our sales team, they will walk you through it. Our sales team doesn't work on commission, so it's not like they're going to try to sell you the best and the greatest. They're going to sell you what's best for your needs. Guaranteed. They're awesome. They're all gamers themselves. Every one of them has a gaming PC, and they know what they need for gaming. They're very, very knowledgeable, very friendly. Give them a call. Does a 980 Ti come with a DisplayPort cable? That's a good question. I don't think it does. I think my monitor came with a DisplayPort cable. My 980 Ti did not. I could be wrong on that though. But DisplayPort is absolutely necessary. HDMI is great and all, but if you want to run 144 Hz on your 144 Hz monitor, it needs to be plugged in via DisplayPort. You're done? Wow, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Finished with the build already. Want to power that baby on? You feeling brave? Let's see if it posts. Let's see if it posts. Why is the cooler on the opposite side? It should bring air from the outside, not from the inside. Yeah, but we have the fans sucking in air. So fans work two ways. It blows air through one way and it sucks in from the other way. So we have it under, so it sucks air through the radiator, into the fan, and into the PC. And it blows out the hot air through the back, of course. Power on equals smoke plume. Is the 950 a bottleneck for the 5960X? If you were gaming on it, yes, absolutely, but he's not going to be gaming on this PC. Do you guys support only the U.S.? Unfortunately, we only support the U.S. right now. You can call a support team and ask them questions no matter where you are, but in order for us to support like the free shipping and stuff, we only do that in the U.S. What are your interest rates? That's not through us. That's through a third-party finance company, so you'd have to just check with our sales team. Koo's big question. On the 17 SLX, a desktop GPU that can be fitted in is just like this one right here, 950 or 980. It's a 980. It's actually a 980. But it's made in a different form factor. Oh yeah! I see power. I don't see lights. It's good enough. It's good enough. That's what we call it. That's it. Ship it. How does the capture card work? So a capture card will take... Capture card's interesting. It'll take whatever... How do I explain this? So if you have a console or a gaming PC plugged into a capture card, it takes all that information and pushes it out into another computer. So it could see exactly what the console or gaming PC is seeing. Microphone next to PC, I want to hear it purr. I'll make the noises for you. What happened, Mike? What was the issue? You can say it. Got loose?
Cable was loose.
Cable was loose, or
Need to plug it back in.
builder forgot to plug it in?
No, cable was loose.
I think this was a builder error.
No.
So the form factor of it is just like this one regular desktop GPU, I take it. Correct, it's a different form factor altogether. Yesterday my monitor went black, so I restarted my PC. It got fixed, but now I only have 120 Hertz and no 144 Hertz like before. Is it the cable? Yes, could be. Are you using a DisplayPort cable? No post? Should have let PJ do it. Well, i740, 770 bottleneck a 980 Ti should not, no. What do you guys think of Linus's teardown video? It was awesome. We're so happy with that video. Came out really cool. He had a lot of really good things to say about us. Builder, unplug it before you mess with the insides. You might receive a static shock. They care about you, Mikey. They care about you. That's what we call backseat building. Thoughts on i7 5820K, the new NVIDIA graphics cards? Will they work fine or bottleneck? No, that'll work perfect. I can see your hairy ass arm. Looks beautiful. Brush it. We should do sparring after this in first person.
Let's do it. Look at your arms.
That right there?
Tangled
That
up
right
in
there?
your hair.
Right there? It's furry. I've heard horrible things about your laptops on forums. How true are they? So you're gonna hear horrible things about anything on the internet. That's one thing. Really look at customer testimonials on. Where do our customer reviews go up? God, there's a website where a bunch of customers post reviews. Ask people. There's a bunch of people on Twitter that have our laptops that use them and love them. There's a couple people in here that use them. I believe Kushan has one of our laptops. Kushan, tell me, man, what do you think of our laptop, bro? Is the 4790K a bottleneck for the 1080? No, should be good. By the way, I love your streams. Love to see you guys build insane PCs. Thank you so much, Bullet. What do you think of the Modzu build? I liked it, man. It was really cool. Really cool. So sad we had to give that away. I wanted to keep it for myself. Most people making those remarks have never purchased or used an Origin PC. That's very true also, man. A lot of people like to comment badly about something without even owning the product. Dude, Origin PC Evo 15X laptop is the best. There you go. Pros and cons on running SLI or Crossfire. So that's a great question too. Pros are that for... Oh, there it is. Look at that, baby. Look at that beautiful baby. Oh, look at those lights. Damn, that looks... Damn, that's sexy. Oh, that's so sexy. Hold on, and then I'll come back to that SLI question. Give me a sec. What's up? I'm just going to turn off the lights right there. You know when you're ready. They can see a demon. We got to go around it so you see them. Cool? Cool, you got me? The camera's facing it nicely. You got me? Hey. Hold. Hold. Hold, boys! Steady! Steady! You gotta yell so they can hear me.
I think I like the way you're standing.
This? You cool? Woo! Turn it around here too. Logo and everything. Isn't she lovely? Boom. Love it. Complete. System complete. So, greetings from Venezuela. What is up, Venezuela? So back to the SLI question. Now, cool thing about having SLI is essentially it doubles the GPU power. You have 2 GPUs, so you should see double the frame rates in most cases. Here's an issue though. A lot of newer games, especially ever when they first come out or if they're in early access, aren't compatible with SLI just yet, or Crossfire just yet. It's something that they usually work on later in development. So a lot of the times you're going to find yourself just using one card anyways. I always recommend someone to just get the most powerful single card that they can, and then worry about SLI later. Instead of getting 2, like, if you can afford a 980 Ti, but you can also afford like 2 970s and you're thinking which way to go, I would say go the single 980 Ti instead of the 2 970s. There was an electric zap inside the PC just now. Something's gonna get burned. Just wait for it. People are making stuff up, man. Does liquid cooling require regular maintenance? If so, what do I have to do? So it depends. If it's a sealed liquid cool unit, like the one we have in this system, no. If it's a one with a reservoir and a different pump, then yes. And by that, I just mean you have to refill the reservoir every now and again, every month or so maybe, with some new liquid cooling fluid. Origin PC i7 6700K GTX 1080 SSD 240 Asus Z97 motherboard. Is 144 Hz monitor mandatory? No, it's not mandatory, but the motherboard, you need to get a Z170 motherboard. What, man, you're not even looking at me. I need to turn that up. Turn it up. Turn it up more. Hey, look at me, I'm so fancy, dancing twice on screen. Me.
You had to do that.
Yeah! Yeah!
Alright.
Alright, bro. So I'm gonna switch over to the big cam now. Bye, me! Now it's just pointing at that. Yeah, you can take that off. You can take that pupper off. You good? Are you sweaty up there? Alright, man, you are dismissed. Keep the PC there, though. I'll bring it to you later. Try to move it this way. Go like that. Go like that to the table. No, other way. Actually, the first way you were doing it. And move the PC a little bit more that way. Keep going. What you just did. Do that again. Do that more. Perfect. Just leave it like that. Alright, so Mikey is done. Finished early. Small form factors are super quick. But I'm here to answer any more questions you guys may have, so shoot. 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 How professional would you rate Origin PC? Never mind, I see how it is. I'm thinking of a 6700K and a GTX 1080 for my upgrade. Awesome, awesome choice, lady. The GTX VRAM issue, your thoughts? Not an issue at all, man. I had a 970 for the longest time, and it was no problem. It sucks. It made them look bad, but they still beat out everything in that category. So, what was the camera on his head? Just a webcam taped on his head? Yeah, it was a Logitech C920. It wasn't taped. We have an actual headband for it now that we purchased on Amazon. Eon 17 SLX with the desktop 980 or the dual 980M SLI. If you're not overclocking the desktop 980, then the 980M and SLI will be more powerful in most cases. It's really dependent on what you're doing, though. Whoops, I meant koozie. What did you say? I missed it. Is Intel HD graphics good enough for streaming with OBS? Yes. If it's just on a streaming PC, then all you need is onboard graphics. If it's just a streaming PC. If you're planning on gaming on it too, then you're going to need a powerful GPU. Is the MSI M7 a good Skylake motherboard? Yes, it is. Absolutely. One of my favorites. It looks awesome, too. Well, I don't know what to do then. I think the SSD is working totally fine, but I don't know for sure if the game downloading on the HDD is working. Sometimes it seems to be working from Steam. I just put the drive as download disk and it starts downloading. I'm so lost at the moment. Contact me via Twitter, man. I'll see what I can do to help you out. How would you price the build we just saw? So this build is something in the range of, let's see, you got to think it's got that 5960X alone is just $1,000 CPU. X99 stuff and DDR4 memory gets pretty pricey. I'm going to say estimate 3.3 to 3.5K. Would a single GTX 1070 be better than two GTX 780s and SLI? Yes, 100%. I get occasional audio stutters, glitches. Googles tend to point at DPC latency. But running tests, I don't really show up anything. Not sure what else to try. 4770K, 980 Ti SC. Audio stutters and glitches. In what? In gaming? OMG? 200 gigabyte SSD wins, Skyroaster. It also depends. If you're looking for space or if you're looking for speed and efficiency, the SSD wins. The 1 terabyte, obviously, if you need the space. i7 2600K okay for 980 Ti? I would try upgrading your CPU, man. I think it's time. It'll work fine for sure. It's still a very, very good processor. But you're definitely going to want to look at upgrading at one point. It's not going to bottleneck it right now, if that's what you're asking. Kuzi, talk me into an Eon 17 SLX. Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me put on my salesman hat. So the Eon 17X SLX is the most powerful, customizable gaming laptop. Imagine being able to take your desktop with you wherever you go. Why do I say desktop? I'm glad you asked. This bad boy can fit a 6700K desktop CPU. It's got a beautiful 17-inch 1080p screen. And just if you thought that wasn't enough, you can fit up to a desktop 980 inside of it. So imagine having your desktop at home with a 6700K and a 980, and you can take that with you wherever you go. You can fit up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, put as many SSDs, M.2 drives as you want in there, slap in a mechanical drive for good measure. Have yourself a portable gaming, streaming, editing powerhouse. Boom. Did that work? Did I talk you into it? I want the sales goat. Ah yes, hello. Yep, you can also choose the 4K screen now. I never like to talk people into doing 4K for the laptops, especially if you're gaming on it. Just the technology doesn't meet the power. We do have the option because there are people that want it that don't necessarily do gaming but want the 4K monitor. Yo, why no Intel Extreme Core i7 5960X for Lyrics build? I am glad you asked. So, Lyrics build, Lyric uses an internal capture card. In order to have an internal capture card, in this specific case, you need to have onboard graphics because it doesn't have room for a capture card and a GPU. Now, in order to have onboard graphics, you'd need the 6700K, which is everything you need to run a high-end stream. So he's doing fine with just that. That's why. I hope it works. I love Lyric. That's mean. That's mean of you to say. Questions. Slowing down. The 980 are the dual 980Ms for the Eon 17XLS. So the 980 is awesome and super powerful. If you overclocked it, it would beat two 980Ms in SLI. And you have the option of overclocking it on the laptop, which is amazing. I upgraded a 670 to a 970 a year ago. Was I dumb? Not at all, man. I'm sure you saw a huge increase there. I have the Intel Z170 Gaming Pro motherboard with the i7 6700K quad core with the NVIDIA Asus Strix Edition 980 VR ready and 250mm liquid cooling running Windows 7. What upgrade should I look towards? Dude, that's beast as is. If you want to do anything to upgrade it, wait till the new 1080 GPUs come out and think about upgrading it to that. Do you recommend encoding through a CPU or GPU? It depends on what is more powerful and depends on if you're gaming on it. So if you have a single PC for streaming and gaming, then encoding should be done through the CPU. If you have a streaming PC with a really powerful CPU and a really dumbed down graphics card just for display purposes, then still CPU. If your streaming PC has a really powerful GPU, if you have like a Tesla lying around or a Titan X lying around, something with a crazy amount of CUDA cores, then at that point GPU encoding would be recommended. What's up, Sick? How you doing, man? Thanks, Kuzi. I'm getting an Eon 17 SLX. Awesome, Navy. Tell him I recommended. Tell him because I talked you into it, alright? Let him know what I do here, please. If you guys are Towelliee fans, don't forget to use this link to buy a PC. Yes, please. If you go on Towellee's Twitch page right now, you'll see his specific affiliate ID to purchase an Origin PC. Please do so if you're a Towelliee fan and purchasing an Origin PC for Towelliee. Should I upgrade my CPU for the 1080 running an i5-4460? You don't need to. You don't need to. But if you want to, it would be awesome. I was looking at the NVIDIA 1070 and 1080. Do you think I should go the extra $200 mile for the 1080 or buy the 1070? If you can, then go for the 1080. Always, if you can, go for the best. Hey, Kuzi, just wrapping up. I see. Yes, sir. Just wrapping up, answering some last-minute questions pouring in. It's a good jam. It's a good jam. I wish Overwatch was up. I'd play some Overwatch for you guys. This was awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today, by the way. Much appreciated. Can the GTX 1080 do 1080p gaming? Yes. Yes, it can. It'll do it very well. Can we see inside of the PC? Yeah, I can open it up again. Let me do it. Oh, he took all the tools. Never mind. Never mind. He took all the tools away from me. He knows better. He's like, if I leave the tools with Kuzi, he's gonna dismantle this thing. He did smart. Why am I being ignored? I'm sorry, man. I must have missed your questions. Make sure to tag at Origin PC when you're asking a question so I can see it pop up for me. Opinion on rack PCs, considering to place my everyday PC in a rack together with the servers. Not a bad idea if you're trying to just conserve space. I personally like the flashy, good-looking cases. When's the next build stream and for who? Probably Thursday of next week for Sin Bear. Then on Friday, oh my god, it's Firefox. Then a few weeks after that, we're going to do Zombie Unicorn. So my USB 3.0 ports just shut off. Origin PC. Have you guys noticed this with the Asus X99 motherboards with USB 3.0? Yes, actually, it's an issue that they had, but I believe they released updates to fix that. I would try contacting Asus directly for support on that, because I believe it was a known issue. What earbuds are you using? Man, these are like super cheap earbuds from Walgreens or something that I bought. Why do you not play Counter-Strike or Heroes of the Storm? I'm tired of both of those. Origin PC running a Sabertooth X79 motherboard. Hold on. Sabertooth S79 motherboard, 1866 MHz RAM, Corsair Dominator Platinum, 16 GB. But the system on red says 133 Hz. Any thoughts? Yes. You'd have to go into your BIOS and make sure your profiles are set to XMP to make sure it's getting the full usage of your RAM. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I would Google that. I would go on YouTube or something and look up how to set Sabertooth X99 to, or Sabertooth X79 to XMP. Super easy to do though. I wish I would have went with you guys over blah 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 blah. Don't worry, man. There's always next time. What's an ideal CPU temp using a radiator? Like one of these liquid cool things. Ideal in load, 50 degrees Celsius in load, 60 maybe. Origin PC, it's my dream one day to get the Origin gaming laptop. Man, thank you so much. It means so much to us that it's people's dreams to own one of our products. It's so crazy. And thank you so much, man. Hopefully one day you'll be able to do it. When I install a game on my HDD is working at 75%, the SSD like 2%. I think it's working correctly, and I think it might be a little glitch in my system. Could be, man. It sounds like it's something's not right there. How do you feel rumors about two-way SLI Max on the 10 series? I don't know if it's rumors. I think they might have actually said that. I think the point is that anything over 2, you're getting diminishing returns, so it's not recommended. I think I'm pretty sure you still can, but they're not going to support it. That's the only issue. I think that was their thing. I'm not 100% sure on that. Kuziel, I did Tim the Tam Man's link. Did I just have to copy the link and post it in the URL? Yes, correct. No. All you have to do is copy that link and post it in the URL. You should be good. How much is shipping to Sweden? You're going to have to contact sales to figure that out. My dream is to have Kuzi come along with my Origin PT delivery. I would love to. Any inside info about what AMD is going to show off in a couple weeks? Not anything that I can say, no. 2 last things, man. 1, when is the first hardline build? 2, not sure. 2, what is the general opinion in the office about the 1080? Should I direct that to James? General opinion is we're all super excited about it, man. A bunch of us are already saving up money to own. Swiven to Swiven. That is what I said, isn't it, Daniel? You bastard. Thanks for catching that. So we're all really excited. I know for a fact I'm already starting to save up for mine. I'm really excited to have it. Kuzi, how much coffee would it take to get a PC? Oh, tons. By the way, I love the coffee you gave me, Chick. It was so good. I used it. I gave it to a bunch of my family members too. We all drank coffee one day together. We were big fans. Getting ignored as hell, dude. I'm sorry if I'm missing your guys' questions. I'm trying my best. I promise. Just tag at Origin PC. I'm trying to read through them all. I'm sorry, Grand Outlaw. So I got 8 gigabytes of RAM, but why does it say I have 7.91 RAM on Windows? Man, that might be an issue with the RAM sticks. I've seen that before. I would try reseating my RAM. Try getting, if you have 2 4-gig RAM sticks, try swapping the slots out. Take the left one and put it where the right one is. Take the right one and put it where the left one was. If you just have one, just reseat it. I will add it to my TwitchCon list. You're so sweet. I have an MSI 760 GA motherboard and an AMD 8120 processor. Can my system handle a GTX 970? Yes, it can. Absolutely. I probably have the worst laptop? No, I wouldn't say that. I've seen very, very bad ones. How soon do you expect the 980 prices to fall? Nice attack logo. Love it very much. I don't expect them to fall for a while. So if you've noticed in the past how Nvidia does it, they won't decrease the last generation's prices for quite some time. I don't know if they're planning to do that. I'm just going by what I've seen in the past. I have no idea what they're planning now. On budget, what's better, air or liquid cooler? Air cooler is obviously going to be cheaper, but the Corsair H100i, I believe, is $100, and it's an awesome option. It's a 240mm cooler, very, very good. What are the overclocks you are seeing on the 980 desktop on the Eon 17 SLX, and what do you think of the performance on the Fury X? The Fury X is awesome. The 980 overclocking, I mean, I don't know if I could say exactly what we've seen it. Check out some of our reviews on that unit, because we overclocked the crap out of the 980, and you can see some of the stuff we've done. That's what, as much as I can say. Can you please confirm that the Acer XB270H monitor supports 144Hz? That's the exact one I have. Yes, you do need a DisplayPort cable, but that's the one I have, and I run 144Hz, so I can 100% confirm that. How long do you guys usually spend making each computer before handing it over to UPS? So we usually build them in one day, then we test them for 72 hours, then I go back and game on them and wish that it was my computer, and then we send it out to you. It runs through our QA. which used to be me. A long time ago, used to be me. Not anymore. Now we got another awesome QA back there. What do you think of the cause? I'm going to answer a few more questions, then I got to get out of here, guys. What do you think of the Cosmio G40? Is it good for basic gaming and general use? I can say I love the 1920 by 1200 display and the sound of it. I have no experience with that, to be honest. My Corsair cooler came with pre-applied thermal paste. Should I be concerned about reapplying the paste at a later date? No, you should be fine. Just when you do reapply the paste, make sure that you take like a tissue paper or something and clean off all the excess old paste before applying new paste. Can the Vive display normal non-VR games like Witcher 3, for example? I think there's going to be something called the virtual desktop that you can just run your games on it, and it's like you're in a virtual room with your desktop, and you can expand your screen to be like as big as the entire room. It's going to be really cool. So that's why it took me an extra week to get my laptop, eh? Yes, exactly. You can play games on my new Eon 17X that has a 4K screen, dual 980s, 64 gigabytes. Have fun. Thanks, man. I will. I actually will do that. With an i7 920, 4 GHz bottlenecks at 1070, an i7 920, that sounds pretty old. Is that a real thing, or maybe you mistyped it? I work at UPS in California, and I seen one of your guys case shipping back to you guys. Yep, awesome, man. I have an HP AMD Radeon, and it's 1.5 gigahertz. Told you, worst laptop. Ooh, that hurts. It's not the worst I've seen, though, man. Alright, guys. 1440p G-Sync monitor or Vive Oculus 1440p G-Sync monitor. The Vive is and everything's awesome. Don't get me wrong, VR is awesome. I just don't see myself gaming on it for extended periods of time like I would just on a monitor. My personal laptop from Toshiba, 7-year-old model. Oh yeah, you told me about this one. Alright guys, I need to get going. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Make sure to shoot me a follow on Twitter at Kuziel. Make sure to shoot a follow to Origin PC on Twitter at Origin PC. Make sure to follow us on Twitch. Make sure to follow all the awesome people in chat. Make sure to follow Origin PC CEO on Twitter. Make sure to follow Towelliee. Show him some love. Get some hype in chat. We're going to get this PC out to him ASAP. I love you guys. It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for coming out today and hanging out with me and listening to me ramble on for God knows how long. You guys have been absolutely fantastic, spectacular crowd. Have a great evening. Have a fantastic weekend. Love yourselves. Love one another. Have a good night.